Hello, welcome to the Narshe review. I am tilted right now because I just recorded this entire Narshe review with my mic off. It's the first time it's happened in frickin' years. I think the last time it happened was the Imp Harvest of 21, maybe? I think that was the seed where it happened. Ooh! Anyway, let's do the Narshe review again. Everybody, this is your first time hearing it, my second time talking about it. As you know, we are not going to rate the characters by number because we promised Dirt and then All-Stars we would not do that anymore. We're just going to talk about the characters. So it's not going to be on a scale of 1 to 10. We're just going to do our meme ratings. So we do it in order of appearance and when we got them. So let's start with good old Caster. So Caster, if you're not caught up on the lore of where these characters are from, go back and watch all the old Beyond Chaos vids and you will be caught up totally with the backstory of everything going on here. Caster was from the Imp Harvest seed. So he was a farmhand hired by Swole's dad to work the fields where Swole harvested imps, basically to stop them from rising up. But Swole ended up not being there at one point. When Caster was here then, he had W. Ragnarok, because Swole's dad sent him out to find him with their legendary sword that can fight off the imps. So Caster went out looking for him, and they went through the whole seed together, whatever. And then in the Trinity seed, Swole, of course, as you might already know, rolled into Leo's spot and was killed. And then in the Necromancer seed, Caster happened to be mourning Swole at his grave, and Lorelei used the Phoenix to resurrect Swole entirely back to human. However, Caster saw him and thought he was a zombie, and ran away screaming. The reason he ended up down here in this prison world, where all these villains are, is because he disturbed the peace by running around to like every single town screaming about zombies. That's why he's here. But let's talk about him. Caster is actually pretty cool. This is the first time I've ever had a Berserker as my main character, like first character that I got, I'm fairly certain, and he's a Jumpserker. He also has an amulet equipped as his innate relic, which is hilarious because it protects from zombie. He's okay as a Jumpserker, I mean, as Jumpserkers go, but really what's going to make him awesome is the fact that we've got this iron helmet. This iron helmet teaches Flare. Let me explain how he's going to use that. His Blizzard Orb, which by the way throws out Clean Sweep as its attack, which is decent AoE and it's water element. Yeah, not only that, but his Blizzard Orb is a command changer that turns Jump into X magic. So what we're going to end up doing with him is learning Flare with the Iron Helmet. So he's going to have that in his list. There is no way for us to check his magic list, sadly. He will have it. He already has Bolt 3 because this headband he's had equipped all game was teaching it. So basically we're going to try and make it so he only has Flare and Bolt 3 to choose from, and maybe some better ones later. We were originally going to do Quake, which the Force Shield is teaching, but then we got that Iron Helmet, and it's like, forget Quake, we'll just do Flares. And I don't know if he can equip he cannot equip the Tiger Mask. We'll talk about the Tiger Mask in a minute, because that's a pretty cool piece of equipment. But Caster is awesome. I'm glad he's here. As far as his meme rating, I guess I'm going to do different meme ratings than I did in the first recording, just because I got to go off the cuff here. I'm going to say my sprite and profile picture is scarier than the zombies I'm scared of, out of 10. And then we have Ultros. Ultros, if you don't know, in Beyond Chaos, obviously he's done a lot of crimes because he's Ultros, but he is also the father of Alien Chun-Li. So Chun-Li was a character we had once who was blue-skinned and had the move Tentacle. So I surmised that she must be from planet China. Turns out that's where Ultros' ex-wife is, and also like 200 and something children, Chun-Li only being one of them. So she has been trying to hunt him down ever since that seed to get him to pay alimony because he kind of ran off on them. He turned himself in for all of his previous crimes and ended up here in the prison seed as a way to hide from her. Let's talk about what he got. So Ultros was a beneficiary of this seed being Mad World by the fact that he got a desperation move in Shadowfang. You know, I hope doesn't happen a lot. Having one of them is usually fine. He also got True Knight as his innate relic, which makes no sense for him. He wouldn't jump in front of anybody to save him. And he's also got Lore. Lore is just great anyway. He's already got Big Guard. He came with that. Clean Sweep he got off of me seeing what the Blizzard Orb could do. By the way, this lore list is messed up. I don't know why. When you scroll with the R and L, they all disappear. But if you just scroll, He's got Force Field as well. He's also got Quasar, but Quasar is banned. There are a few spells that are banned in the World of Balance. In the World of Ruin, you can start using them, but if you get them in the World of Balance, they are banned, unless you roll them as a command, not as just a spell you got in the list, right? Spells like Ultima, Meteor, Grand Train, stuff like that, unless you get them as just a regular command on your character, you can't use them till the World of Ruin. Quite a bit of lores here. Big Guard itself is just going to be helpful. He can equip a lot of decent stuff too. Yeah, I'm going to give you, Ultros, I'm going to give you a win out for a pack of smokes out of 10. Deadbeat dad over here. Alright, now we have Orlando. Orlando was the Kefka of the World War Beard Seed. He literally started a war over beards because he thought his was the best, and he wanted to prove it by using military power, I guess, because he's crazy. He will never ever have a better beard than the beard himself, Fusoya. They are bitter rivals, but really his villain arc was quite superficial and not really based upon any craziness, right? Just a dumb thing to start a war over, right? So he's doing his best now. He's trying to make amends. He seems to be doing a good job. But Orlando is a super interesting character. Let's talk about why. So we have had a lot of equipment that is teaching us spells up to this point. He has Poison, Bolt 3, Quake, which he got from the Force Shield, and he's been learning Haste from the White Dress for a while now. It's one-time speed learning, so it's taken a minute. So we were originally going to do Quake strats with him until we got that Iron Helmet. I think he can equip it? He can't. So he is not going to be able to do Flare. That's a shame. But, yeah, he can learn Quake, and we can do Quake strats if we really want to. But really, what makes him cool, number one, he got Poison Frog slow, which is, I mean, okay. Poison Frog is pretty decent, like, single target damage if they're hurt by poison, but as you know, in FF6, tons of things are resistant to poison, and then slow is just slow. He's also got a Sneak Ring equipped, which really doesn't help him, because I can't equip a Thief Knife on him, and that's the only way he'd be able to steal. And his magic power isn't the best either for casting all that magic that he has. However, we have a command changer that he can equip, which is the Mithril Glove. And the Mithril Glove changes that Poison Frog slow skill. Oh wait, it's not the Mithril Glove. What the hell is it? Oh, it's a Thief Glove. Okay, it's the Thief Glove, actually. So, the Thief Glove turns Poison Frog slow into our sword, which is totally cool for Orlando, because what the hell, man? Final Fantasy Tactics, the best swordsman there. It might frustrate me because we've had it before and it just rolls in power like crazy, but you can pull Stunner, you can pull Quadra-Slam, which we just learned from last seed is super good thanks to Predator, and the first thing he rolled when we used it was Cleave. So yeah, he's basically going to be doing that, and he's got some magic on the side. But yeah, he's going to be our swording, you better believe it. So yeah, Orlando, how about an all-sword skill out of 10, my guy? Let's go. Now we have Magisa. She is a Kefka, therefore she made it into this prison world. She rolled some unfortunate palettes for her clothes because it looks like she's just a tad nude, but ignoring that, Magisa is also the owner of the soup kitchen, the director, the manager of the soup kitchen down here, which is why she has the skill Soup'em. Sourmouth and Pummel. So we've been using that a lot because Pummel is non-elemental damage, it's single target, it's really good. And Sourmouth has actually been working out too because it has been imping a lot of stuff down here. And she has an innate barrier ring, which is cool if she gets low on HP. Regardless of that, she's not a bad character at all. She's kind of middle of the road. We've used Soup'em a lot just because it's been the only thing that's been good for the parts that she was, for like the scenario that she was a part of. And yeah. It's just hilarious to me, the name of that move. But, Magisa, how about, keep your big scary husband away from me out of 10. There you go. Selphie, probably one of our most notorious, final Kefkas, because she took down Clyde and the Green Pants Gang at the end of that seed, with her Repliforce. She's very, critical of the police force that's down here, because it is not the Repliforce. She's still kind of self-centered and stuff, but you know, she's gonna do her best to get over it, or we're gonna make her, because that's what she's here for, to be reformed. Weirdly has her Kingdom Hearts profile picture here. She's learning a bunch of magic, but it doesn't really matter now. We were learning all this stuff before we got the Iron Helmet. She can equip it and learn Flare now too, so we're just gonna do that. She's got a gold hairpin as her innate relic, so half MP cost and having Flare is gonna be nice. Also, W Bless has been pretty good. She's actually a decent support character, because you pull a lot of good stuff from that. It's all buffs, and it's W, so she's doing it twice. I think in one fight in the last episode, we did it 3 times, and we were stacked with Haste from Kitty, Float from Float, and then Image from Fenrir. That's an awesome set of buffs right there that we just got from her doing it twice, you know? Yeah, the other thing is she can sometimes proc Escape with W Bless, which she did last episode, which was weird. I'm pretty sure that Escape is excluded or like on a ban list for the Bless command if you don't have Mad World, because I know that there are some skills that are really, really good that like the randomizer just filters out unless you're using Mad World, because you can actually beat Final Kefka with Escape, because you just escape with one character, and then, you know, even if your party gets wiped, it says one character escaped, therefore you win anyway. So that could be a little anticlimactic sometimes, but it's also random, so it might not happen too often. But yeah, Selfie's just been throwing down good buffs for us. She's about to be throwing down half MP flares at some point. So yeah, Selfie's really, really good. I'm going to give you a Clyde really, really hates you out of 10. There you go. The next character we got was Baron. Probably the most notorious criminal down here, just because of what he came with. So he's been down here so long with all these criminals, all these Kefka bosses and stuff, that he somehow gained the ability to use Fallen One. I don't know how. That's a little weird. Let's talk about the other stuff he has. He has a useless pair of sprint shoes that are teaching him slow. Wrap your head around that one. Question mark Earth, which is like Quake, Magnitude, Torado, stuff like that, which we haven't used once, because why use that when you have another command that is Flare Star Fallen? So Flare Star on its own is really, really strong, and then if anything survives it, he just Fallen Ones, and they all go to 1 HP, and then we hit them each once, and we win. So yeah, that command is going to be restricted, like a few commands. That's part of the extra rules that I'm adding after the Narshe fields. For now, he's like the best character we have, just because he's so busted. You know, it's not like Engulf busted, but at the same time, Engulf can only target one character. Fallen One targets all the enemies on the screen. So, I don't know, it's apples and oranges, man. But I'm gonna give you like a how did you learn that out of 10. You're just a 2-bit thief, man. Actually, how about an I'm keeping an eye on you out of 10. The last character we got, Daryl, of course, was the Kefka from the Escape from Hell Planet seed. She is down here for stealing the schematics for the Shinra rocket from Rufus, and she's pissed off that Rufus took those schematics back and built a rocket using her Falcon as a base. I don't know why she's down here and he's not. It's also not surprising, though, because the ruling class is never held accountable for anything or sent to prison because, you know, oligarchy, capitalist hellscape. Anyway, so Daryl's here, and Daryl has Meteor as her command. Meteor is one that we would ban until the World of Ruin if it was in a magic list. But because it's a command, BC gonna BC, you got it, you're using it. The problem is she's also got a fairy ring with a question mark equipped forever. And that fairy ring's question mark is auto-muddling her. So she is pretty much required for us to use her to always either have a ribbon or have a peace ring to avoid the auto-muddle. Otherwise, she'll just meteor us. And what good is that? 41 magic power, no equipment. It should also be mentioned, I did mention it already, but I'll mention it again. I said mention a lot in that sentence. All the stats for the characters are going to be base all game. No espers are giving level up bonuses. It's just natural stats. So, and her magic power being 41 is pretty good for somebody chucking chunks of BC2023 after it got blown up by frickin' Vader. She just opens up a portal to that part of space and the debris from the explosion flies out. Daryl, I think I'm gonna give you a revenge for robbing your grave out of 10. Alright, so that's everybody except for our shadow character, Emperor Gestall. He is the 20th Emperor Gestall from the All-Stars seed that has all of the memories of the 19 Gestalls who were killed before him, thanks to Lorelei. So he is down here paying for all of their crimes. His goal in this seed is to save this Emperor Gestall from suffering the same fate. He also has Mimic, I think. The other command, I don't remember what he had. I think it might have just been Magic. I do know that he was basically just mimicking Supum the whole time we were on the train and stuff. But yeah, Emperor Gestall's cool. He's a decent character. I forget what relic he had innately. but we'll have to check that out in the Tommaso review. We'll talk more about him then. Yeah, so that's it. Let's talk about the seed and the flags that we've been using. The junction flags are super interesting, man. I really, really like them. Basically, it's like these little junction effects that kind of change how your character plays, or gives you just bonuses and stuff. Like the Assassin Dagger is giving Distribute, which I have no idea what it is. Fire Font, I don't know what that is either. Some of these, you have no idea. Ice Sink, there's no explanations. You just kind of got to test them out and find out. But it's kind of cool because if you think about it, you can have certain builds. Like, imagine like a fire build or something where like you had a flame shield equipped and then you had a bunch of junction stuff that was like fire font, whatever that does, fire boost, because there are some weapon, yeah, like the Excalibur or something, depending on what you do, it boosts the damage, I assume. So like that summon boost is for when you cast Espers, probably does more damage. If you had like fire boost or something, and you just built up this whole like build for a character and made them super unique. I really like that. Similarly, like earlier, we actually were making use of this Imp Halberd because it has innate runic, and we put it on Orlando, throwing Poison Frog slow, and we'd hit with the Poison Frog and it does damage. Then we would do slow, and then Orlando would like runic his own slow and get MP back. The problem with that is if he's always innate runic, what's the point of getting MP back if we're gonna like cast magic after that and just runic it ourselves? I think if you take the weapon off in the middle of battle, it might get rid of the auto runic. I don't know, but that's really cool too. There's all kinds of stuff. Repel Bio, Wind Pierce, a lot of stuff I don't even know how it works yet. Auto Potion is in here, a la Final Fantasy Tactics. Super cool. Physical Boost from Strato, I assume, is going to like make your physical attack stronger. Repel Earth, which will help with potentially help with like Quake strats and stuff. Just all kinds of neat stuff that you get from these junction effects, and I can't wait to see more. Probably the best one that we've gotten so far is from this Tiger Mask. Gold Mage. So what that does is it makes it so your spells cost money instead of MP. So if you have a shit ton of gold, you're throwing stuff out and not having to run out of MP for it, which is awesome, especially considering we just got Flare, and if that costs too much MP to be throwing, we'll just frickin' go and make money, right? And it'll be awesome in the World of Ruin, too, with Ultras for, like, throwing Quasars and stuff for way cheaper. Some of these are just really neat. Look at this frickin' red cap. Water boost? Once frickin' Caster gets done learning Flare, we can take the iron helmet off of him and put this red cap on him. It'll give him more HP, and it'll boost his Blizzard Orb Clean Sweep attack, because that's water. Like, it's just neat to be able to, like, set all this stuff up, man. And I can't wait to see more. And we gotta also figure out who's behind this plot to kill Granny. That's the whole reason that we came here, was to figure that out. And Emperor Gestalt is out there doing investigations, trying to find out, but we're all doing our part. You know, right now, the Elder of Narshe has decided to let us set up a base here, which is cool, but his condition is that we do our community service and pay our debt to society. So those rules will be kicking in after the Narshe fields. So look forward to that, because these rules are going to be gnarly. I've tried to come up with some really cool ones, some thematic ones, and yeah, you guys will just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's it for the Narshe review. Let me know what you thought of the characters. If you want to rate them by number, that's your prerogative. You can do so in the Discord or in the YouTube comments. That's fine, but I'm not doing it anymore. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you soon. Peace.